And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sam Eppolito Field in Granville. As tonight, NYVT Media Sports brings you high school football. It's a Section 2 Class C East Showdown on the final Friday night of the regular season as Granville-Whitehall hosts the Cannoneers of Watervliet in a big game for playoff seedings here in Granville at Sam Eppolito Field. Tonight's game is brought to you by Telescope Casual Furniture, sponsors of the Telescope Furniture Broadcast Center, where tonight's game comes to you live. Also by Hoagland Property Management, Skeen Valley Agency, Indulge Pizza, our Granville-Whitehall touchdown sponsor, Lake Champlain Coal Company, our sponsor for our Player of the Game award, and Ravenna and Hoosick Valley Shop and Save of Ravenna and Scatticoke. And welcome in, everyone, to Sam Eppolito Field. I'm Keith Harrington. I'll have the play-by-play call here tonight on NYVT Media Sports. It's the middle leg of a three-game stretch here for us for this weekend. As last night we were over at La Placa Field in Fairhaven, as Fairhaven came away with a 20-0 win over Mount Anthony Union High School. And tomorrow we'll be back in action over at Dean Houghton Field in Poultney, Vermont, as the Blue Devils host the Eagles of Mount Abraham. And I was saying last night over in Fairhaven, you cannot do three games in a row at three fields that are named after more legendary football coaches in this area. Thomas LaPlaca at Fairhaven, Sam Eppolito here at Granville, and Dean Houghton over at Poultney. Three legendary coaches, three well-known, well-respected past coaches, and all three of them had a huge impact on local high school football. And, you know, it's just interesting that we're doing three games in 3 nights from fields that are named after absolutely legendary coaches of our time. So just very interesting, to say the least. Big game here tonight for one main reason, and that's because home field advantage is going to be on the line here tonight for the Class C playoffs. If Granville-Whitehall should win this game, they'll end up as the number 2 seed out of Class C East Division, and they will play at home next weekend against the winner of tonight's game between Johnstown and the Hudson Blue Hawks. Should they not win here tonight, they'll go on the road next weekend to Cobleskill, Richmondville, to take on the Bulldogs of Cobleskill, Richmondville. So home field advantage in the playoffs, the number 2 seed for GW on the line here tonight. And Granville has won the toss. Granville-Whitehall, they're going to get the ball first. And, you know, we had a playoff game at Whitehall last year, and it's been a long time since there's been one here at Sam Eppolito Field in Granville. So talking last night, or a couple nights ago, with A.J. Landon and with Brandon Beaver on the First and 10 show, you know, heavy emphasis on the fact that they want to bring a playoff game back to Granville. So that's actually going to be Granville-Whitehall kicking off, and not Watervliet. And the Cannoneers are going to get the ball up to the 40-yard line. A host of Granville-Whitehall players are there on the tackle. So Watervliet's going to go on offense, first down and 10, and they've got good field position at their own 40-yard line. So a short kick and a little bit of a return puts them in pretty good shape here on their first possession. So 3-3, the Cannoneers of Watervliet Heatley, and 4-2, 5-2 if you count the forfeit over Corinth, Hadley Luzerne here for GW. On first down, Watervliet's going to keep it on the ground, and nothing there, as they're going to run the ball right straight ahead. And Granville-Whitehall was all over that one. A 2-yard loss on the play is going to bring up second down and 2 from the 38-yard line for the Cannoneers. So good start defensively here for Granville-Whitehall. The Cannoneers are going to work out of the shotgun here. They're going to go back to pass and throw out into the flat. It's incomplete. And the quarterback is Jusser Boyd for the Cannoneers. Boyd's getting the play from the sideline right now. 3rd down and 12 coming up here for Watervliet at the 38-yard line, their own 38. They've got a receiver wide to the left side. They've got some receivers to the near side of the field here. Boyd's going to work out of the shotgun. Boyd's going to take the snap, go back to pass. Flag is down. He rolls out. He throws, and he overthrows the intended receiver. The intended receiver is Jameer Thompson, number 1. There is a flag down on the play. Illegal procedure against the Cannoneers. Granville-Whitehall will decline that, and they'll put Watervliet-Heatley in a punt situation here, and they'll go on offense for the first time of the ball game. So Watervliet-Heatley will go back into punt formation. And stoppage of play. Before the ball snapped. So too many men on the field for the Cannoneers, which is kind of ironic as they only have 17 players. 12 of them are on the field. Here's the punt. And it's a short one. Everybody getting away from it. And it's going to be right near midfield at about the 49-yard line of the Cannoneers. It was Boyd, who's the quarterback, also doing the punting, Jusser Boyd. So here comes GW on offense for the first time this evening. And they've got great field position. Only about 12 yards covered on that punt by the Cannoneers. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 GW at the 49-yard line. Beaver and Monty in I formation. Finn McLaughlin gives to CJ Monty, and Monty across the 45 up to about the 41-yard line. Picked up about 8 on the play, it looks like. Which would bring up 2nd down and 2 for GW. So good positive pickup. Once again, they'll come with I formation. Beaver, the fullback. Monty, the tailback. McLaughlin's going to toss it to the left. Beaver's the lead blocker. Here's Monty. Monty's got the 1st down and gets down inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line. And a great job by the offensive line there of GW getting out and pulling on that play was Patrick Egan. So Egan out along with Beaver leading the blocking on that play. And it's a 1st down for Granville-Whitehall. They'll put the ball down at the 35-yard line of Watervliet-Heatley. 1st down 10. Just underway. 9:50 to go opening quarter. No score. A man goes in motion. That's Barber. They'll hand off to Beaver. And Beaver's going to bang his way down for about 5 yards to the 30-yard line. Just straight ahead football there. And picked up about 5. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 at the 30-yard line for GW on the drive here on their opening possession of this first quarter. Sam Huntington goes out to the right side. They'll keep it on the ground for Monty. Monty getting up close to the 25-yard line and close to the 1st down. And he's going to be just short by about a yard. Finn McLaughlin gets the play from the sideline. It's going to be third and about a yard, maybe a little bit less here for GW. They'll toss it to the right side for Monty. Looks to get the corner. He gets outside, down the sideline, and he is in the end zone for a touchdown, Granville-Whitehall. It's a 26-yard touchdown run for C.J. Monty, and it comes with 8:30 to go here in the opening quarter, and Granville-Whitehall has the 6-0 lead. So nice run there from Monty. Conversion runs have sometimes been the issue here for GW as they come up to the line of scrimmage. McLaughlin out of the shotgun looks to throw and throws too wide of the intended receiver, incomplete. Nonetheless, they come up the field, 8:30 to go here in the first quarter. GW has struck first, a 26-yard touchdown run by C.J. Monty, and our score is Granville-Whitehall 6 and Watervliet-Heatley nothing. Tonight's game is brought to you by Telescope Casual Furniture, manufacturing in Granville for over 100 years. Voted the ICFA Manufacturer of the Year in 2019, 2021, and 2022. Family-owned and operated business focusing on comfort, style, quality, and world-class customer service. That's Telescope Furniture, the sponsor of our Telescope Furniture Broadcast Center. Also, Hoagland Property Management, commercial and residential lawn and landscaping services, property transformations and snow removal. Granville, New York. Call 518-222-0018. That's 518-222-0018 for Hoagland Property Management. Glad to have those sponsors along with us here tonight on MYVT Media Sports. And so far, it's been a good start here for GW as they lead it by a score of 6-0, 26-yard touchdown run. Starts off. She's going to get us. Did she let it move out? So Jameer Thompson on the return for Watervliet-Heatley. And once again, pretty good return for the Cannoneers. And they're going to go back on offense. Didn't have much luck moving the ball last time. This time they'll take over at the 31-yard line, their own 31, first down and 10, 8:24 to go opening quarter, 6-0 GW. Watervliet comes up to the line of scrimmage. Trips here on the right side, actually more of a stack or a bunch. And they'll keep it on the ground. And GW was all over it. And that is, I believe, Brady Kelly. We're getting word that our roster is not correct. We'll see if this one has anything different. Well, so second down and 9 for the Cannoneers after a yard pickup on that run. And the stoppage of play. So delay a game on Watervliet-Heatley. That's going to cost them 5 yards. So now it's going to be second down at about 15. They'll keep it on the ground and nothing there. The front of Granville-Whitehall is just shredding Watervliet up front. And it's going to be third and long here for the Cannoneers. So Granville-Whitehall just having their way here right now in the trenches with Watervliet Heatley. And it's going to be third down and long here for the Cannoneers. Back at their own 26-yard line. They're going to pass over the middle, incomplete. And the intended receiver was T.J. King. That's going to be incomplete. And it's going to be the punt team coming on here for Watervliet Heatley. Nathan Barber once again will drop back. And once again, a very short punt. And it's going to be rolling dead at the 39-yard line. So again, the punt, just like the first punt, only going about 12 or 13 yards. So the kicking game is hindering the Cannoneers right now. And 6:41 to go in the opening quarter. Finn McLaughlin gets the play from the sideline, comes out to give it to his teammates in the huddle. First down and 10, GW. At the 38-yard lines where they're going to officially spot it. McLaughlin takes a snap, tosses to the left side. This is Monty. He's got the 30. Going to get pulled down. It's Jameer Thompson there on the tackle. It's a nice open field tackle there by Thompson, but not before an 8-yard pickup on the play. So second down and 2 coming up here for Granville-Whitehall. Barber coming to the sideline. Taking a breather there. And they're going to run the counter this time. And that is Sam Huntington on the carry, number 14. Huntington should have the first down here. Only needed a couple yards. And it is going to be enough to move the chains. So nice run there by Huntington. So first down and 10 for Granville-Whitehall here. Down inside the 25-yard line. McLaughlin here underneath the center. Sends a man in motion. A toss to the left side. This is Monty Beaver out front blocking. And they're going to knock him out of bounds here on the near sideline. Mason Lee was over there. One of the guys involved, also Giovanni Daisley for the Cannoneers. But it's going to be a first down for Granville-Whitehall inside the 15-yard line. And they can, I think, get a first down here without scoring. Yes, they can. So first down just inside the 15-yard line. Here's Beaver. Beaver on the right side. He's got a hole. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Granville-Whitehall. It's a 15-yard touchdown run for Brandon Beaver. And that's going to extend the lead out to 12-0 with 4:59 to go here in this opening quarter. And then might be coming back. It's a flag down. So it's going to be a hold against Granville-Whitehall. That's going to negate the touchdown. So nice run of 15 yards or so there by Beavers. Going to come back. Now they'll put the ball down on the 25-yard line. Still going to be first down. So first and 10 from the 25-yard line. They're going to keep it on the ground for Monty. He tries the right side. Pretty good penetration up front that time by the Cannoneers. He did, however, pick up a couple of yards on the play. It's going to be second down from the 23-yard line. Second about 18 here for GW. We're going under 4.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 6-0 GW, but they had a touchdown called back by a holding call. McLaughlin back to pass. He has got pressure. He throws. It's incomplete. Heavy pressure that time by the Cannoneers. Jackson McCullen, the tight end, was the intended receiver. And it's going to be third down and 17 here from the 23-yard line for GW. Obviously, 4-down territory down here. Wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of a toss sweep here for Monty, or maybe some kind of a screen. McLaughlin takes a snap. There it is. Toss sweep for Monty, looking to get outside, makes a cut back, puts his head down, still on his feet, and barrels his way down close to the 10-yard line. And now they've put themselves in a situation where it's, well, there's a flag down. I was going to say they put themselves in a position where it's a makeable fourth, but not if it's against GW. And it is a hold against Granville-Whitehall. So that holding penalty, for the second time, one holding penalty took a touchdown away. And now it takes a good run away here by Monty. So GW's just got to cut down on the mistakes, clean things up here, because they're pretty much able to do whatever they want against this Watervliet defense. They just got to tighten it up. Reminds you a little bit last night of Fairhaven a little bit when they had the rash of penalties early in that game. Very similar. So the ball all the way back to the 28. They've got to get down somewhere in the neighborhood of the 5-yard line. McLaughlin's going to throw it out there for Monty, and he's just can't quite bring it in. Beautifully thrown ball. Just couldn't quite haul it in. And it's going to be 4th and long coming up here for GW. So 4th down now and 22 for Granville-Whitehall. McLaughlin to pass, looking deep, and it's going to be batted away, incomplete. And Watervliet's going to take over on downs with a nice defensive stop. Just got a score from the Whitehall girls soccer game down against OESJ. And they are trailing 4-0 in that game. Thanks, Jamie Paddock, for the update on that game. Oppenheim, Ephrata, St. Johnsville, OESJ, the Wolf Pack. Cool nickname. I like the nickname Wolf Pack. Kelly back to pass and might be intercepted. And it is. And it's Nathan Barber on the pick for GW. And they're going to go right back on offense. So Brady Kelly's pass. He threw it into a tough spot because it was well covered by Barber. Not much of a chance there for a reception, unless it was by the defense. 3:42 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 GW. Here's Monty. Beaver out in front. Monty 40, 35. Dragged out of bounds here on the near sideline. And a flag right at about the place where Monty was thrown out of bounds. Levon Terry on the tackle. It's going to be a face mask on the Cannoneers. Didn't give the personal foul sign, I don't think. Looks like it might be the 5-yard face mask. And it will be. So they'll put the ball down at the 27-yard line. First down and 10. 3:34 to go in the quarter. And here's Beaver. Beaver with a big hole on the right side. Breaks one tackle. Breaks two tackles. In the open field, he might ski. He's going to score. Touchdown, Granville-Whitehall. 27-yard touchdown run by Brandon Beaver. And that's going to move the score back to 12-0, as we thought they had it at 12-0 at one point. And then a holding call took away a touchdown. What a run by Beaver. Got a big hole, huge hole blown open on the right side by the offensive line over there. And then Beaver bursted through it, broke a tackle, broke another, and then cut it back to the far side of the field and had nothing but green turf over there. And got in the end zone for the score. And they'll go for the conversion. McLaughlin tosses it to the right side. And did they get in? Looks like they did not get in. It was Monty on the carry. So they come up short. And so 3:23 to go here in the opening quarter. The 27-yard touchdown run by Brandon Beaver. And our score is Granville-Whitehall 12 and Watervliet Heatley nothing. And tonight's game, by the way, the touchdown, let's get to our touchdown sponsor first, which is Indulge Pizza. This touchdown brought to you by Indulge Pizza. Game day or any day, dinner solved at Indulge Pizza. Your place for wings, pizza, subs, salads, and so much more. Something for everyone. Dine in, take out, or get delivery with DoorDash. Call 518-345-5300. Open Thursday through Monday. Find them online or on Facebook for more details. Indulge Pizza of Granville, our Granville-Whitehall touchdown sponsor. They might be busy tonight, the way things are going so far with the Indulge Pizza ad. Skeen Valley Group Insurance and Real Estate, another one of our sponsors, with offices in Whitehall, Granville, and Cambridge. Made just one call for all your needs, insurance and real estate, 518-948-2928. Skeen Valley Group Insurance and Real Estate of Whitehall, Granville, and Cambridge. So, second Indulge Pizza touchdown of the night. And could have been 3, but a penalty called 1 back. Sure. And this short kick is going to set Watervliet up with pretty good field position. So it's going to be Cannoneers ball, down 12-0, but the saving grace for them so far has been GW has not been able to convert their conversions. So, with that in mind, that's 4 points that they could have had that they don't have. So Watervliet Heatley scores, gets a 2-point conversion themselves, suddenly a 12-8 ball game. So Kelly, the quarterback, comes down the line on the option, in trouble, now runs the other way. He is looking for anybody, anything, any kind of help, and he's not going to find it. And he's going to be brought down by a host of GW players. And he was just looking for anything to do with the football. on that play. Big loss of yardage on the play. And it's going to be, second and 14. Not so bad, but bad enough. Kelly back to pass, has pressure, looks, throws underneath, incomplete. He's trying to get it to Jameer Thompson. Brandon Beaver was there defensively for Granville-Whitehall. And it's going to be 3rd and 14 from the 24-yard line here for the Cannoneers. It's been a long first quarter. 2:26 still to go. And we've had 2 scores and another score called back because of a penalty and multiple incomplete passes and some penalties. All of that adding up to a slow-moving clock. And speaking of which, right on cue, this looks like it's going to be a timeout, not a penalty. So timeout called by the Cannoneers of Watervliet. And we will go to our sponsors right now, such as Ravenna Shop and Save and Hoosick Valley Shop and Save, your hometown grocery store, where community comes first. And it's your hometown grocery store. You can always count on Ravenna Shop and Save and Hoosick Valley Shop and Save to support your community's youth, both on and off the field. Stop in today and experience service with heart. That's Ravenna Shop and Save and Hoosick Valley Shop and Save. Ravenna Shop and Save of Ravenna, Hoosick Valley Shop and Save of Scotticoke. Also by Lake Champlain Coal Company, your sponsor for our Lake Champlain Coal Company Player of the Game. Also your local fuel supplier, fuel oil, propane, kerosene at the pump, making warm friends for 5 generations. That's Lake Champlain Coal Company. So it is 3rd and long for the Cannoneers. Kelly to pass, has time, throws, and it's complete over on the far sideline for what looks to be a first down. So that was the best play the Cannoneers have had so far in the ball game. You can tell Kelly can sling it. If he's got time back there to pass and has good protection, he could be a threat. And they're up near midfield at the 48-yard line. So the Cannoneers have something brewing here, down 12-0. Kelly's going to take the snap, going to keep it on the ground. They pick up maybe a yard or two. Pickup of 2 on the play up to midfield for the Cannoneers. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. Minute 45 to go here, opening quarter, 12-0 GW. Kelly works out of the shotgun, throws out into the flat, and it's going to be picked apart. As it was Patrick Egan, number 52, that was there for Granville-Whitehall. It was Keanthony Santiago, number 22, for the Cannoneers. And they lost yardage. They lost about 6 yards on the play back to the other side of the 45 to about the 44-yard line. And they've got to get into GW territory up to about the 43. So 3rd and long coming up here for Watervliet Heatley. Kelly back to pass, and it's incomplete. Intended for TJ King. And it's going to be 4th down. And it looks like Watervliet will punt it. Nathan Barber is going to drop back for GW to about the 30-yard line. And it will be Brady Kelly that'll kick it. Punting has not been the forte of the Cannoneers here so far in this game. The first two punts have covered about 12 or 13 yards. This one's hit much better by Kelly. Fair catch called by Barber at the 34-yard line. So much better kick that time by Brady Kelly. And it's going to be first down and 10. GW, 41.6 seconds to go. In the first quarter, they lead at 12-0. I can move over here to the right now and see the field where I don't have to look through the window. McLaughlin brings him up to the line of scrimmage on first down and 10. I formation behind him. He'll go back to pass. Looking, throws, and it's intercepted. And it was TJ King, number 10, on the interception, and he had that covered well. And it's one thing McLaughlin has not done this year is throw the ball away, but that was a nice play there by King and gets the pick. So Watervliet's going to go right back on the attack here. Still 32.5 seconds to go in the quarter. And they'll keep it on the ground, and they'll get it up across the 40 to about the 38 or 39-yard line. Straight ahead run there. And it's going to bring up, it's going to be the end of the first quarter is what it's going to be, but it's about a 5-yard pickup. It's going to be second down and 5 after that run there by, I believe it was Santiago. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of play here at Sam Eppolito Field in Granville. At the end of one quarter here in Class C East football, it is Granville-Whitehall 12 and Watervliet Heatley nothing. And this big game with the home field advantage on the line here for GW. Tonight's game is brought to you by Telescope Casual Furniture, manufacturing in Granville for over 100 years, voted the ICFA Manufacturer of the Year in 2019, 2021, and 2022. Family-owned and operated business focusing on comfort, style, quality, and world-class customer service. That's Telescope Casual Furniture of Granville, sponsors of the Telescope Furniture Broadcast Center, where we broadcast all of our sporting events from here on MYVT Media Sports. Also, Hoagland Property Management, commercial and residential lawn and landscaping services, property transformations, and snow removal of Granville, New York. Call 518-222-0018. That's Hoagland Property Management of Granville. So after what seemed to be a long first quarter, we move to the second quarter now, 12-0 Granville-Whitehall with the lead. Although a bit of a sloppy quarter for GW. I'm sure the coaching staff, Coach Kevin Gibo, would like to see them clean things up here. Kelly out of the shotgun, tosses it to the right. Jameer Thompson, and well strung out and covered by the GW defense. Other than that big pass play and the interception by TJ King, Watervliet really hasn't been able to get anything going. They haven't been able to, except for that one pass play, get anything going offensively. Ball is right on the 40-yard line. Third down and 6 coming up here for the Cannoneers. Kelly out of the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's got pressure from the backside. He'll throw, and it's complete. And looks to be a first down. And again, it's Jameer Thompson. So they're finding something good going on there. Kelly and Jameer Thompson starting to find each other pretty consistently. And they've got something going on as they pick up the first down, second first down of the game through the air. And they're going to put the ball down at about the 31 or 32-yard line, call it the 31. First down and 10, Watervliet Heatley. They'll send a receiver out here to the left side. Shotgun here for Kelly. Low snap, gets away, ball's loose. He pounces on it. It's going to be a loss of yardage there. So that's going to bring up second down and long here. They'll put it down at about the 37-yard line. Lost about 6 on the play. It's going to be second down and about 16 here for Watervliet Heatley. 12-0 GW, a win, and they will host a playoff game next weekend against the winner of Johnstown and Hudson. That game being played tonight as well. Here's Kelly. Back to pass, has pressure, threw off his back foot, but it was successful. And it's Thompson, and they are not going to catch Thompson, and Thompson's in the end zone for the touchdown. So here come the Cannoneers. 36-yard touchdown pass from Brady Kelly to Jameer Thompson, and suddenly it's a 12-6 ball game. And sometimes I hate it when I'm right, but I just got done saying with those 2 conversion misses for GW, that's all it takes is a score and a 2-point conversion, and suddenly it's 12-8. And they're on the verge of that right now. So the Cannoneers come up looking for the 2-point conversion. Kelly takes a snap, and they're going to stack it up. Looked like Kelly ran it himself. Or was it Thompson? It was nose. It was, I was half right. It was a direct snap to Thompson. As Dan Poucher, the PA announcer here, said, the Wildcat. We saw Cobleskill, Richmondville use that a lot last week, as a matter of fact, with Isaiah Butcher late in that ball game. But they stopped Thompson on the conversion attempt, so 9:36 to go before halftime. Our score is Granville-Whitehall 12 and Watervliet Heatley 6. And our game tonight brought to you by Skeene Valley Group, Insurance and Real Estate, with offices in Whitehall, Granville, and Cambridge. Make just one call for all your insurance and real estate needs at 518-948-2928. 518-948-2928. Skeene Valley Insurance and Real Estate, Whitehall, Granville, and Cambridge. Also by Indulge Pizza, game day or any day. Indulge Pizza of Granville has your dinner solved. Your place for pizza, wings, subs, salads, so much more. Something for everyone. Dine in, take out, or get delivery with DoorDash. Call 518-345-5300. Open Thursday through Monday. Find them online or on Facebook for more details. That's Indulge Pizza. And the ball loose on the kickoff. And Watervliet says they've got it. The Cannoneers are celebrating, and they've got the football. Man, this game has taken a turn. Granville-Whitehall was in solid control. The Cannoneers were going nowhere fast. Suddenly, an interception. They turn it into points, and now they recover a muffed kickoff. So the Cannoneers are not going down quietly here. They've got a chance to score and get a conversion to take the lead here. 9:33 to go before halftime. Kelly out of the shotgun, takes a snap, rolls out. He's got pressure. He's going to throw down the middle. It's incomplete, but there's a flag. I think it's going to be pass interference. Looked like some early contact there by GW. It is pass interference against Granville-Whitehall. So Granville-Whitehall just needs to compose themselves here a bit and pull themselves together as they are having some issues right now here. 12-6 ball game after they led 12-0, and that's a good timeout. Granville-Whitehall is going to take timeout here and just try to settle things a little bit. I think that's a really solid timeout right there by Coach Gibo and the Granville coaching staff, as they just need to compose themselves right now, as they were in complete control. That a 12-0 lead. Watervliet Heatley could not move the ball, and suddenly it's 12-6, and they're knocking on the door again here. Tonight's game brought to you by Ravenna Shop and Save and Hoosick Valley Shop and Save, your hometown grocery stores where community comes first. You can always count on Ravenna Shop and Save and Hoosick Valley Shop and Save to support your community's youth, both on and off the field. Stop in today and experience service with heart. Ravenna Shop and Save of Ravenna and Hoosick Valley Shop and Save of Scotticoke. So we're back to the action here. Watervliet trying to get something going again. They've sliced the lead in half. 2 turnovers for GW. Now here's a little end around. And that is, again, Jameer Thompson. And he is a weapon here for this Watervliet Heatley team. Picked up 5 up to the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 5 coming up here for the Cannoneers. 9 minutes to go in the half. 12-6 GW, but they led it 12-0. An interception set up a score for the Cannoneers, and then they fumble the kick, does GW. And here are the Cannoneers again. Back to pass. Kelly looking, steps up. Now he's going to throw. And it's going to be too high and incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. The intended receiver was TJ King. He was born and named to be a quarterback. Brady Kelly. You got Tom Brady, Jim Kelly, 2 of the greats in his name. Brady Kelly. 2 of the all-time best quarterbacks ever to play the game. And he's got one of their names for his first name and one of their names for his last name. Jim Kelly, of course, took the Buffalo Bills to all those Super Bowls, most of which they lost, by the way. And here's a broken play right off the bat, but they're trying to turn something into it, as Brady Kelly took off on the run. On the tackle was Sam Huntington. But not until Kelly got the first down near the 10-yard line. So Watervliet Heatley, a chance to tie or take the lead here. They've got the ball down to the 10. Looks like a goal-to-go situation. So it is 1st down and goal for the Cannoneers. TJ King comes to the left side. Kelly out of the shotgun. Bad snap. He has to pounce on it. They're going to lose about 5 yards on the play. A.J. Landon was right there for GW, it looked like. But a smart play to get right on top of it by Brady Kelly. You see a lot of quarterbacks that want to pick that up, try to do something with it, and that just leads to disaster. Just maintain possession. That's the key there, and that's what Brady Kelly did. I mean, if you don't, it's going the other way. That doesn't help you. If you get on it, you might lose 5 yards, but at least you maintain possession of the football. So second down and goal now from the 15. Once again, King out here to the left side. Shotgun for Kelly. Goes back to pass, rolls to the right. He's got pressure. He's looking. He's going to throw toward the end zone. And batted around and incomplete. Or not. Late delay. This is where I wish we had the replay. I thought it was incomplete. But now they're saying touchdown Watervliet. Long hesitation there before any decision. Anyway, we're tied at 12. But even Watervliet wasn't jumping up and down. Nobody really knew what happened. Even the Cannoneers, usually when it's a touchdown, you're all jumping around. Delay, delay, delay. All of a sudden, everybody starts jumping around. So they're going for the lead here. Kelly chased out of the pocket, hit as he throws, and that one's incomplete. So Watervliet Heatley down 12-0. They take advantage of 2 GW turnovers. And they have come back to tie this at 12-12 using the arm of their quarterback, Brady Kelly. And so right now we've got another sponsor to tell you about. That's our player of the game sponsor, as a matter of fact. And that's Lake Champlain Coal Company. Our player of the game sponsor last night, Sam Cahill from Fairhaven, was our Lake Champlain Coal Company player of the game. Your local fuel supplier, fuel oil, propane, kerosene at the pump, making warm friends for 5 generations. That's Lake Champlain Coal Company. They are Lake Champlain Coal Company Player of the Game award sponsor. And right now we have got a 12-12 tie, and we're a long ways from knowing who our Lake Champlain Coal Company Player of the Game is going to be. That's yet to be decided. Kelly will kick it. Hindenburg and Barber, I believe, back. Here's Barber. Barber to the 30, to up around the 33 or 34-yard line. And that's where GW is going to go on offense. 6:38 to go in the first half. And Granville-Whitehall had a 12-0 lead. And now, all of a sudden, we are tied at 12. And a very important game here for GW is they would go on the road to Cobleskill next week if they don't win this. McLaughlin underneath the center calls the signals. Toss to Monty. Monty is going to be tripped up. Picks up positive yardage up across the 35 or up to about the 35. Looks like they're going to put it down just short of the 35-yard line. At about the 34. Didn't pick up much there. Maybe a half a yard. Going to be second down, still close to 10 here for GW. McLaughlin is going to toss it to Monty, and the Watervliet defense all over it. A host of Cannoneers on the play. Giovanni Daisley leading the charge for the Cannoneers, number 11. And it's going to be third down and about 11 here for Granville-Whitehall, ball on the 33-yard line. So give Watervliet Heatley a lot of credit. They were down 12-0. They've tied it 12-12. They've got momentum right now. And GW looking a little out of sorts. McLaughlin with the toss for Monty. And he's across the 40 to about the 42. Going to be short. Jeremiah Barnes was there. Mason Lee was also there for the Cannoneers. And looks like GW is going to go for it here. Fourth and about 3 at the 41-yard line, their own 41. So we'll see if they actually snap it or try to draw them off sides here and get the free 5 yards and the free first down. But it is 4th down and 3. And before the snap, a whistle, timeout, Granville-Whitehall. So right now, got our sponsors taken care of a couple times here for the half. But right now, this is a precarious situation here for GW. 4:29 to go in the half, tied at 12. They had a 12-0 lead, folks, and it looked like they were going to be on cruise control. But then an interception, which Watervliet turned into a touchdown, and then a fumble on a kickoff that Watervliet also cashed in. And suddenly we are tied 12-12. And Granville-Whitehall just seems out of sorts here compared to the way they've been playing. Oh. And it's a team that, they, maybe they thought they were just going to have it too easy. I'm sure the coaching staff preached to them all week long. Don't look at this team's record. Don't look at how this team has gotten beaten by some of the other teams. Focus on tonight and what you've got to do. But right now, they're in a dogfight here. 4th down and 3. McLaughlin underneath the center. Calls the signals, takes a snap. It's Beaver. They hit him behind the line of scrimmage, and they are not going to get there. And the Cannoneers are going to take over on downs. And once again, it was number 11, Giovanni Daisley. So the Cannoneers, 12 unanswered points to tie it. Now they're going to get the ball back, and they're going to get it in GW territory at the 39-yard line. So getting the play from the sideline is Kelly. Brings him up to the line of scrimmage. You can see Watervliet's players. They've got a little extra jump in their step right now. Here's Kelly. Kelly's going to run it himself. Picks up about 4 yards up to about the 36-yard line. Picked up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. And the Cannoneers just feeling very confident in themselves, something you did not see in the first quarter as they were really struggling there. And now they just look like a team that's got Granville-Whitehall back on their heels and has a ton of confidence. And they've only got about 16 or 17 guys. They're a shorthanded team, but they're getting it done right now. Kelly, back to pass, has pressure. He's going to go down. And it's going to be A.J. Landon, number 57, with a huge play. Much needed big play there for GW by A.J. Landon. And also going to be intentional grounding. That's going to be loss of down. So that's a big play. Had AJ on our show 1st and 10 this week. If you haven't had a chance to catch that, go to our NYVT Media YouTube page. And you can catch that interview with both Brandon Beaver and AJ Landon. So intentional grounding and the sack by Landon. Big plays. And it's 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, Brady Kelly. He'll take the snap. He's going to throw deep down the right side. It's incomplete. And TJ King, once again, was the target. He and Jameer Thompson, both guys that Kelly likes to go to. And now time for a punt here, more than likely. And punting has been an adventure for the Cannoneers. Although I got to tell you, Kelly hit a beauty his last time. Nathan Barber goes back for Granville-Whitehall. Here's the snap. Kelly. Beaver comes up, takes it to 35, 40, 45, stiff arms a guy, 50, and brought down in Watervliet Heatley territory. So maybe a spark provided there by Nathan Barber when GW needed it. And they're going to start this drive in Watervliet Heatley territory. So nice return there by Barber. And GW set up at the 47-yard line, 3:14 to go before halftime. And they're going to really want to put one in here before the break and try to shift the momentum, which is clearly on the Cannoneer side right now. McLaughlin fakes to Barber. Here comes Monty. Monty outside, or fakes to Beaver, I should say. 35 to the 30. Nice fake there to Brandon Beaver. And TJ King on the tackle, but a nice run there. It's going to be a first down for GW. But an excellent fake on the handoff. And Beaver with a nice job of disguising it. Here's a toss to Monty. Right side, Beaver with a big block. Also out in front, leading the way, was A.J. Landon. Landon easy to pick out with those pink socks. And he was out in front of that play as well. Nice pickup on the play. Down to about the 26-yard line. And it's going to be second down and about 4 coming up here for GW. We're tied at 12. 2:23 to go before halftime. McLaughlin calls the signals, flag down at the snap. That's usually not good for the offense typically, or is it going to be a timeout? It's going to be a timeout called by Watervliet. So don't forget, more high school football coming your way to close out our triple header weekend. Tomorrow, we'll be over at Dean Houghton Field in Poultney, as the Blue Devils will take on Mount Abraham, and the season finale there. Poultney looking for their first win of the season, but they have got a tall order. And that one is Mount Abraham's a very, very good football team. So we'll have that one right here. 1 o'clock kickoff from Dean Houghton Field. Right now here, third down and 4. GW. Here's Barber. Or actually Beaver. It's the second time I've done that. I don't know why. And Beaver rumbles his way down. Barber's also in the backfield. But Beaver, who is also our guest on the show this week. And Beaver with a big run there. Looks like down to about the 5. Oh, they fumbled it. And Watervliet recovered. Man, oh man, I was wondering what that scrambling was at the end. So there was a fumble on the play. It was Beaver on the carry. Not Barber, as I initially said. But they fumbled it away, and Watervliet comes up with it. That's the third turnover by GW, and they've been a little turnover prone from time to time this year. So now the Cannoneers will take over down around the 5-yard line. Their own 5. Kelly will keep it on the ground. Big running room on the right side. Up across the 10-yard line. And out near the 15. Looks like maybe about the 12 or the 13. And looks like that was Key Anthony Santiago on the carry. Picked up 7 out to the 12. It's going to be second down and 3 from the 12-yard line for the Cannoneers. Minute 35 to go before halftime, tied at 12. Jameer Thompson comes out wide to the left side. Brady Kelly out of the shotgun. And they'll keep it on the ground. Santiago. And he's going to be driven back. And that's Beaver that drove him back, I believe. Yeah, it was Brandon Beaver, number 8. So Beaver with the big hit. Clock running under a minute to play. Timeout GW. So with third down coming up here, GW is hoping that they can get a stop on this play and then get a shot at getting another offensive possession, although it would be a quick one. But they need to stop them here and then use another timeout, which I believe they have one left. And then they would get another shot at it. So we'll see how that works out here. So big play coming up here. As Granville-Whitehall looking for the stop. And I said it. I think they got one timeout left. So Kelly out of the shotgun. All kinds of movement on the snap. That's going to be a false start against the Cannoneers. That's going to cost them 5. Jameer Thompson out here to the left side. Brady Kelly out of the gun. Santiago's in the backfield. They'll hand to Santiago. He's looking for some running room outside. He's going to be brought down for little or no gain. And if must be GW was out of timeouts because they are not going to call one here. It's going to be 4th down. They will have to punt it, I believe. Depends on when the play clock started. But they obviously are out of timeouts here. And it looks like what Watervliet Heatley's going to do is take it all the way down. And I don't know if they want to take a delay a game. They're already in a back to the wall situation. Maybe they can just run out the clock. Depends on when the play clock started. Looks like that's what's going to happen. Looks like they're not going to have to snap it. Nope. There we go. 2.9. So they'll use their timeout. So they will have to snap it. They will have to punt it. So Nathan Barber is going to get a shot at it here on the last play of the half. So I know there's no play clock here that is visible by the fans and the broadcasters and whoever. So it's kept on the field by the official. Obviously, GW didn't have a timeout left because they would have used it as soon as that last play ended, and they would have had 40 some odd seconds. So obviously, they didn't have one left. And then smart play by the Cannoneers, taking it down to right before the play clock was to expire, and then using it with 2.9 to go in the half. So smart play there by the Cannoneers. So hunting's been an adventure for the Cannoneers. It'll be Kelly. Barber's going to stand back at the 35. Low snap. And that's going to be a flag for hitting the kicker. And it's Barber running it back, looking for some running room. It's not going to matter whether he scores or not. 20, 15 brought down. But the half cannot end on a defensive penalty unless they decline it. Well, it's definitely running into the kicker, roughing the kicker on GW. So the head referee going over to talk with Watervliet. That's a personal foul. That's 15 yards. So now Watervliet might just try to run a play, obviously, on fourth down. They're going to one untimed play. Yep. PA announcer here saying what I was just getting ready to say. One untimed down. So, hey, you might as well go for it now if you're the Cannoneers. Back to pass. And unsuccessful, incomplete. And that does it for the first half here from Sam Eppolito Field in Granville. And a game GW has to win to get a home playoff game. And right now at halftime, it is Granville-Whitehall 12 and Watervliet-Heatley 12. GW jumped out to a 12-0 lead, but Watervliet-Heatley takes advantage of a couple of turnovers, and suddenly we've got a 12-12 game at halftime. We're going to take a break of about 15 minutes, then we'll come back for the second half. This is high school football on MYVT Media Sports. And welcome back to San Mepolito Field here in Granville. And it's NYVT Media Sports live coverage of high school football. Looks like Barber and Vandenberg going back deep for Granville-Whitehall as they will receive to start the third quarter. And we've got a 12-12 game. Granville-Whitehall jumped out to a 12-0 lead on touchdown runs by C.J. Monty and Brandon Beaver. Beaver had a touchdown run called back because of a holding penalty on GW that's looking very costly right now. And here is the kickoff. And here comes GW on the return. And it's Huntington on the return. Looked like they had a hold of his face mask. I didn't have a very good look at it, but good return by Huntington out to midfield. That's just what GW needed. And I expect GW to come out with a little fire in their belly here in the third quarter, as it may not have been necessarily a quiet, pleasant halftime. Lots of mistakes they've got to clean up. Turnovers, penalties, and just not playing the way this team's capable of playing. Mason Sagana lined up the tight end here on the right side. They'll keep it on the ground. This is Beaver. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, breaks free at the 30, 25, 20. Beaver is going to go 50 yards. He's going to score. And Brandon Beaver puts the spark into GW. What a big run by Beaver on the first play of the third quarter. He goes 50 yards for the touchdown. What a run and what a much needed play. And Beaver was just not to be denied. He got hit once, got hit twice, stayed on his feet, and then turned on the afterburners. And he goes 50 yards. Here's the conversion try. And toss to the right side. This is Monty. And Monty's in for the first 2-point conversion of the night for GW. And with 11:38 to go here in the third quarter, GW comes out a 50-yard touchdown run by Brandon Beaver and the 2-point conversion run by C.J. Monty. And suddenly it's 20-12 GW. Tonight's game brought to you by Telescope Casual Furniture, manufacturing in Granville for over 100 years. Voted the ICFA Manufacturer of the Year in 2019, 2021, and 2022. Family-owned and operated business focusing on comfort, style, quality, and world-class customer service. That's Telescope Casual Furniture. Our sponsors of the Telescope Furniture Broadcast Center, where we broadcast every NYVT Media sporting event from all year long. Also by Hoagland Property Management, commercial and residential lawn and landscaping services, property transformations, and snow removal of Granville, New York. Call 518-222-0018 for Hoagland Property Management of Granville. So Brandon Beaver goes 50 yards on the first play of the third quarter. And now he'll kick it off. And it's a short kick. It's a live football. And Granville-Whitehall almost got on top of it as A.J. Landon was right there, as was Jordan Colvette. But the Cannoneers were able to cover it. But good coverage there by Landon and Colvette. Both of them were right there with an opportunity to pounce on it. But it's going to be first down and 10 at their own 40-yard line for the Cannoneers. They send a receiver out wide to the right side. Shotgun formation here for Brady Kelly. Out here to the left is Santiago. Kelly takes the snap, back to pass, has pressure from behind. The pass is complete. It was Mason Sagana coming untouched from the backside, and he laid the lick on Brady Kelly. And Kelly slow to get up, but he was able to get up, and a nice job with sportsmanship there by Sagana, helping him up because he put the lick on him. But a pickup of about 4 yards on the play by the Cannoneers. up to the 44-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Watervliet at their own 44. Just underway, third quarter, 20-12. GW after a 50-yard touchdown run by Brandon Beaver. Out of the shotgun, Kelly back to pass, throws down the right sideline. It's incomplete. GW back in their traditional uniforms, by the way, tonight. They've been wearing the gray jerseys at home in honor of the captain. And back to the traditional uniforms tonight with the maroon jerseys. And they've got a few of the gray jerseys on sale via the Booster Club. I saw that online today. I think it was like $40 for those, which is actually a really good price. 3rd down and 6 coming up here for the Cannoneers. Kelly out of the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, back to pass down the right side. And it was caught for the 1st down. A big play there for the Cannoneers. Kelly can throw it. He's a very capable quarterback. And 10:32 to go, and here come the Cannoneers once again. They're down inside GW territory at the 25-yard line. And they'll keep it on the ground. Big hole up the middle. And it's going to be another 1st down for the Cannoneers. So coming right back. And there's a player slow getting up down there for GW. It's going to be 1st down for Watervliet. And the Cannoneers down to around the 10-yard line. So after Beaver's big run to give momentum to GW, give the Cannoneers credit. They're fighting right back here. Just outside the 10, so they can get a 1st down here without scoring. Kelly out of the shotgun. And the ball comes loose. And looks like Watervliet got back on top of it. So they dodge a bullet there, but they're going to lose some yardage. They're going to lose about 4 or 5 yards. So the Cannoneers catch a break there. They almost gave that right back to GW. But it's going to be now 2nd down and long coming up for the Cannoneers. But they're doing it through the air. Although they had a nice run there in this drive as well. But the big arm there for Brady Kelly. Impressive. And Watervliet's going to take a timeout. I was going to say they've got to be getting close to delay a game. And they call a timeout right before that. So with the timeout on the field, 9:10 to go, 3rd quarter. It is Granville-Whitehall 20, Watervliet 12. We got a lot of great sponsors who helped to bring the game your way. Of course, our touchdown sponsor, which I forgot to mention, so let's do that right now, is Indulge Pizza of Granville, game day or any day. Dinner is solved at Indulge Pizza, your place for pizza, wings, subs, salads, and so much more. Something for everyone. Dine in, take out, or get delivery with DoorDash. Call 518-345-5300. Open Thursday through Monday. That is Indulge Pizza. Find them online or on Facebook for more details. Indulge Pizza, our touchdown sponsor for Granville-Whitehall. So second down and 14 at the 15. Kelly to pass, throws, up for grabs, and it's incomplete. And it's going to be third down and long for the Cannoneers. I hesitate sometimes to say incomplete because the one time we said incomplete, and next thing you know, everybody's jumping around celebrating a very delayed call. So receiver out wide to the left side. Third and 14 from the 15 for the Cannoneers. Now they're going to come with trips over on this side. On the left, Kelly back to pass. He's got pressure. He's going to run. He's going to throw. Might have been over the line of scrimmage. It's incomplete. I think he was over the line of scrimmage. Evidently wasn't over the line of scrimmage. No flag, but he was close. So it's going to be fourth down. Big play right here. 8:57 to go in the third quarter. 20-12 GW. And they could really use to get a stop right here after it looked like Watervliet was going to come right back after that 50-yard touchdown run by Beaver. Fourth and 14 from the 15. Back to pass. Lots of pressure. Kelly looking, throws. It's complete. And if they wrap and tackle, it's going to come up short. And they do. And it was Santiago with the catch. And there's a flag down. And flags have not been working in the favor of GW tonight. We'll see what the call is. It's just been one of those nights, that old saying, Mama said there'd be nights like this. It's holding against Watervliet, though. So GW will decline it, and they're going to have the football. But everybody holding their breath for a second, thinking, don't let this be against GW after they just got a big stop. And the way this night's gone at times, you kind of were pessimistic a little bit, thinking, here we go again. But hey, this time the break goes GW's way. And they'll go back on offense here with 8:45 to go in the third quarter. And they would, of course, really like to try to go down and put a little distance between themselves and the Cannoneers here. So first down 10 GW, the ball on the 13-yard line of GW. And they'll keep it on the ground. Monty trying to get outside. He's got running room down the left sideline to the 35 to the 40. Knocked out of bounds over across the far side of the field. Big pickup for C.J. Monty. And that was much needed for GW. And, something we haven't talked about, but it could be a factor here when you've only got 17 guys or whatever Watervliet has, you could start to wear down a little bit here. And we'll see if that turns out to be the case for the Cannoneers. Will they start to run out of steam a little bit? First and 10, McLaughlin tosses to Monty, gets a big block. Here's the 50 to the 45, the 40, and knocked out of bounds here on the near sideline. And a flag down on the play. Heck of a block out here. And looks like it's going to be against GW. Holding. Holding penalties have been an issue tonight. It's about the third or fourth one. One of them took a touchdown away from Brandon Beaver, which obviously is looming large right now because that's minimum 6 more points that would have been on the board. And in a 20-12 ball game, that's obviously important. So first down and 6 on the 47-yard line. And it's Beaver straight ahead, breaks free. Beaver to the outside, 40, 35, down the sideline, and breaks another guy free. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown, 47-yard run, Brandon Beaver. A 50-yard touchdown run, a 47-yard touchdown run, and he had a 27-yard run taken away. And GW now has themselves a little bit of breathing room momentarily at 26-12. It's a 47-yard touchdown run from Brandon Beaver. And it comes on the heels of his 50-yard touchdown run to start the quarter. So they come up for the 2-point conversion, always crucial. They'll toss it outside for Monty. Monty puts on the brakes and gets swung out of bounds. Number 40 was over there. That's Andrew Woods for the Cannoneers. And so, 47-yard touchdown run from Brandon Beaver. 7:57 to go here in the third quarter. It's now Granville-Whitehall 26 and Watervliet Heatley 12. And that touchdown was brought to you by Indulge Pizza, our touchdown sponsor. Game day or any day, dinner is solved at Indulge Pizza, your place for pizza, wings, subs, salads, and so much more. Something for everyone. Dine in, take out, or get delivery with DoorDash. Call 518-345-5300. Open Thursday through Monday. Find them online or on Facebook for more details. That's Indulge Pizza of Granville, our touchdown sponsor. And that was a 47-yard touchdown run by Beaver. Tonight's game also brought to you by Skeene Valley Group Insurance and Real Estate, with offices in Whitehall, Granville, and Cambridge. Make just one call for all your needs, insurance or real estate. 518-498-2928 for Skeene Valley Group of Whitehall, Granville, and Cambridge. So Brandon Beaver has taken the bull by the horns here in the third quarter. A 50-yard touchdown run, a 47-yard touchdown run, and suddenly it's 26-12. And now he's going to kick it off to the Cannoneers. And it's going to be Thompson about the 15 to the 20 and brought down at about the 26-yard line. A.J. Landon back there for GW to make the play. As I said earlier, he's got those pink socks on. Easy to pick out A.J. out on the field. So first down and 10 for the Cannoneers at their own 26-yard line. 7:53 to go, third quarter, 26-12 GW. If they hang on to this one, they'll host a home game next week against either Hudson or Johnstown. Here's Jameer Thompson out to the left side, trips to the right. Here comes Sagana on the blitz. Running the other way is Kelly, and they're going to chase him down over there and bring him down over on the far sideline for a loss of yardage. A.J. Landon was there once again for GW. And looks like a loss of yardage on the play. Slightly, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to say is about back to the line of scrimmage. Nope, there they go. They move it. Lost 2 on the play, second down and 12. Thompson's going to come out to the left side. Once again, trips to the right. Kelly works from the gun. Takes a snap, gets pressure, and he throws and pays the price as Monty gets in there on him and puts the pop on him. And a player is still down. I don't know if that's the quarterback, Kelly. Not sure. But whoever got hit there is still down. So an injury timeout here on the field. It was Kelly. Kelly's back up. So nice round of applause from the GW faithful over here for Kelly. 6:56 to go, third quarter. On the out-of-town scoreboard, we know Ravina Queeman-Selkirk at halftime, one of our teams we cover, was putting the out behind the woodshed whooping on Cohoes. It was 42-0 at the half in that one. They'll play Ichabod Crane Chatham next week, a game we're working on trying to bring to you. And they've got a chance of still getting the 2 or the 3 seed there in Class B playoffs. Do the Ravens. Chatham. Yeah. Out of the shotgun, third down and 12. Back to pass. New quarterback in the game, and it's incomplete. That's 13, I believe. Deombre Scales. That was in at quarterback. Kelly will likely come back on, or maybe not. Looks like it's still going to be Scales. We'll keep an eye on that. Looks like they might go for it here on fourth down and 12. A little bit early, I would think, for that, even though you're down 2 scores. Yeah, no, they're going to punt it. It looks like. Anyway, Barber has gone back in anticipation of the punt. They look like they're going. Barber comes flying up. And they go back to pass, throw it out here on the right side in the direction of Thompson. And he makes the catch. Jameer Thompson. What a catch inside GW territory at the 48-yard line. What a big catch by Jameer Thompson. And that is a backup quarterback in there, like I said. Deombre Scales. Scales didn't look like a backup quarterback on that throw. Nice pass there by Scales and an even better catch by Thompson. Scales calls the signals, takes a snap, going to throw it again in the direction of Thompson, and he underthrows it, and they're going to say out of bounds. What a great effort, though, by Thompson to try to keep the toes in bounds, doing his best Chris Carter, the old Minnesota Vikings impression there, trying to get the toes down and make the catch. But it's going to be incomplete. Looks like we have rain. See some umbrellas and hoods and stuff going up. It's going to be sprinkled, though. So it's going to be second down and 10 for the Cannoneers. Ball on the 47-yard line of GW. GW leads it 26-12, 6:06 to go in the third quarter. And a whistle. Was it delay a game? Yep. It was delay a game against the Cannoneers. And sometimes that happens. You got a new quarterback in the game and you're trying to get organized. So that's going to cost them 5 yards back to the other side of midfield, and back in there, quarterback's Kelly. Kelly throws underneath. It's incomplete. And it was intended for Santiago. It was Beaver there on defense for GW. So it's going to be third down again here for the Cannoneers. And they went for it on fourth down a while ago in their own territory. And the backup quarterback that was in, Deombre Scales, threw a perfect pass to Jameer Thompson. Thompson made a great catch. So we'll see what the Cannoneers do here. And with all this passing, the clock stops often, and it's been a pretty long game here tonight. Receiver comes out here to the left side for the Cannoneers. I believe that's Santiago. Trips, four receivers, weird formation. And delay a game again on the Cannoneers. And they might have had another penalty they were getting ready to get because they had a little problem with the formation there for sure. So here we go. Third and a long ways. Back to pass and lots of running room here for, Beaver with the hit. There was a lot of running room there until Brandon Beaver got involved. And we were joking around yesterday with Beaver when we were having him on the show. We had AJ Landon, or not yesterday, a couple days ago. We had AJ Landon on the show. And when Beaver came over, he came over to join us in the middle of the show. Yeah, there it was. I called it. I said it looked like their formation wasn't legal, and there it was. They got called for it. But anyway, Beaver came jogging over on the run from practice, and we were afraid he was going to hit me, AJ, the bench, the camera, because that's the way Beaver plays the game of football. So the penalties decline, so they'll punt it away. I said before when they set that up, that's a weird formation. That can't be legal. And it was illegal. And so Kelly will punt. Low snap. Kelly had some pressure there from Sam Huntington. And it's going to be Barber. Barber looking for running room. Gets it up across the 35 to about the 38 or 39-yard line. And GW will go back on offense here. With 5:24 to go in the third quarter. And they lead 26-12. And Granville-Whitehall with a chance to really possibly put this away with a score here. Use some clock, put together a drive, score at the end of it. But there's a flag at the end of the play that's going to cost them yardage here. A block in the back against GW. So that's going to push the ball back to just over the 20-yard line of GW. So first down and 10, GW. As I said, up 2 scores. A third one, a score here and make it a 3-score game would just about put it out of reach, especially if they use some clock in the process. Brandon Beaver has turned on the Jets for this team here in the third quarter. A 50-yard touchdown run, a 47-yard touchdown run. He's had some big plays on defense. He had a 27-yard touchdown taken away. He's certainly a contender right now for the Player of the Game award, brought to you by Lake Champlain Coal Company. Here's the toss to the outside for Monty. Beaver had the big lead block. Here's Monty still on his feet, still digging out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. AJ Landon was out there leading the way as well as number 71, Ethan Studley. So nice job by Landon and Studley out there after the initial lead block there by Beaver. But there is a flag down. No, the injury. Got an injury. Right in front of the, I didn't see it because it was right in front of the GW bench, but now that they've kneeled down, I can see it. That there's a player down for the Cannoneers. And they can ill afford injuries with the fact that they've only got about 17 guys to begin with. I think the state limit is 16 that you have to have. So they are on the border right now. And if they end up getting the 4th seed in the division, which I think they would because I think they beat Mechanicville. And so there's 5 teams in the division, 4 made the playoffs. So if they get that spot, we're looking it up right now, actually. They might be in trouble. They've got a couple of guys over there that didn't dress already tonight. So, yeah, they beat Mechanicville 14-6. So they'd be in a position to be the 4 seed and have the unenviable honor of playing Schuylerville in the opening round of the playoffs. And they've already played them. They played them earlier in the season, obviously, because they're in the same division. While I was searching around, I saw that my New York Knicks are up on the Celtics 64-44, so that makes me happy. Knicks looking to go to 2-0 on the season. So still attending to the injured player here down on the field for the Cannoneers. 5:13 to go in the third quarter. It's been a game that's kind of dragged here tonight. A lot of passing by the Cannoneers, which results in incomplete passes and clock stoppages. And now we've got an injury timeout. We've had several penalties on both teams, which has slowed the game down. Kind of getting the feeling we might be going to a. Oh, no, he's starting to get up. That's a good sign. I was going to say we might be going to a more lengthy delay, but they have the player in a sitting position now. That's number 56, Giovanni Daisley, who's played very well tonight for the Cannoneers. We've called his name many, many times on defense. So we just got the report they're going to a running clock, which usually doesn't happen. That might have been the choice of Watervliet Heatley, because normally you don't go to a running clock until it's a 30, 30-point advantage.
No, they were running the clock crazy in Fairhaven yesterday.
So it looks like
But the game would probably be here till 10 o'clock.
so round of applause as Giovanni Daisley is up and getting helped off the field. So nice to see that, because as I said, he's been a factor here tonight for Watervliet Heatley. He's had a nice ball game. Called his name on defense several times. So nice to see that Daisley is up and walking off for the most part under his own power, albeit gingerly. So as we were saying, you don't really only go to a running clock and a big blowout game, which this is only a 2-score game, a little over midway through the third quarter.
Now, Granville-Whitehall
But
on play clock.
but that would be it might be Watervliet's choice, being that they're down on players and just lost a player, and it might be by the choice of the Cannoneers.
What you got? You got a list of a lot of players.
So we're ready to get back to the action here. And it's going to be first down and 10 at the 48-yard line, right near midfield here for GW. 5:13 to go third quarter, 26-12 GW. If they win, they will host. They will be the number 2 seed in Class C East, and they would host the winner of tonight's Johnstown-Hudson game here next weekend. And my understanding is, with Halloween being Friday night, that'll be a Saturday afternoon game potentially, or likely actually. They'll keep it on the ground. Here's Monty to the 45.